Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 9. This is episode 22, and last episode we worked on setting up some infrastructure, on getting our basically set up for moving into the IVH proper. We finished up the EVH, we set up all of the nichrome blocks and everything. We set up all the diodes, we got the assemblers, we made upgrades, we also upgraded a lot of machines in our clean room. We set up infrastructure for circuits, we upgraded our ore processing, we did more ore processing. Yeah, so it's been a while. One of the things I showed you last episode was my plan for oil processing. And oil processing we have done. So mainly the thing that we were being bottlenecked by was, if you look at the clipboard, was our supply of stainless steel, and we were calculating, okay, how much stainless steel do we actually need? I believe I calculated around 550, so around 2,400 stainless steel, right? For this whole everything, all of our distillation processes and the oil distillation setups. And yeah, I spent 2 hours setting up the distillation towers over here through subnets and whatnot. So I like to show you how we did that. right. I hope you enjoy that. I know, but that you would like an explanation on what everything I have done. But the reality is, this is a large, complex setup, and well, if I spent trying to explain everything and do everything on camera, this would be a 5-hour episode. Um, yeah, this would take long. I had to take a long time figuring out how the crackers worked, how the LCR worked, how the pyrolyze oven worked. For example, one thing I was doing wrong was that I was trying to use LV machine casing. Pretty much every other machine, like the blast furnaces and stuff, you can use whatever tier of machine casings you want. But for the pyrolyze oven, it's very important that you use only ULV machine casings. Otherwise, it will not work. So that's very important. Another important part: distillation towers. Hello, game, please. Game, please. uh, yeah, distillation towers actually cannot output fluids on the lowest block. So you can put anything on the lowest Y level of the distillation tower. So for example, I can put the input hatches, I can put input buses, but I mean, I don't think they take input buses. But you can put output buses for the items, but you cannot have fluid output at the bottom layer. Very important. Make sure that's a tip that is very useful. Also, each of these output hatches will give you a different product. And the one with the highest amount is going to be at the bottom. So if we were looking at Ender Air, for example, let's say we were looking at Ender Air, right? That was one thing that we automated. If we check here, right? So what we're doing is we're taking the gaseous Ender Air, right? In these vacuum freezers, we're freezing them up into liquid Ender Air. It's an IV recipe, right? And then we're putting it through a distillation tower. One of the reasons why it wasn't working before was because this recipe is an IV recipe, but also because this recipe takes 200 buckets in the input and 122 buckets in the output to start. Yeah, very important. So that means that you can't use LV hatches. You actually are forced to use an IV input hatch for the input, because the IV hatch is the only one that can go above 200 buckets. This one goes up to 256. For the nether air, you need at least an EV hatch, because this needs about 100, I believe. So you need at least an EV hatch, because this one goes up to 128 buckets of supply. And for the regular air, you need at least an HV input hatch, because this one requires at least 50 and HV does 64. Yeah, so make sure you have the right tier of not just the energy, but also the right tier of hatches for your input and output. For the output, you just make sure that the one at the bottom is the one that can handle the max amount. So for example, I have put an EV one over here. Do I need the EV one? I'm not sure. Let me check again. I should probably bookmark this. Also, sorry for the lag again. I know, but oh, my computer just flashed. Oh, it is 122. Oh, so we can just use. Oh yeah, we were using EV. Yeah, sorry. I thought we were using IV for a second, but no, we are using EV. As you can see, it says empty. It has a capacity of 128. So the bottom one needs to be minimum 128 if you're doing the Ender Air recipe, because you need at least 122 buckets of capacity in the output. Otherwise, this recipe will not start. It will just not work. You also need the item bus, output bus, for the ender pearl dust as well. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work otherwise. But yeah, pretty much everything else you can put in LV ones, because they are below 32. They're below 16 buckets. LV can handle up to 16, I believe. This one needs at least an HV hatch, right? So we have put an HV hatch here because it needs 50. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps someone. These are tips that you must rely on. Oh, also, I updated the pack, and the thing is, it wasn't doing overclocking properly. I have made EV 4 amps hatches, right? These things should be powering my machines up to IV. But the thing is, it wasn't working. It was actually recognizing it only as a EV hatch, which was interesting. So let's see if they have fixed that, because I did see in the changelog that they said that they fixed it. Where is my distillery? Up there. Okay, let's check here. It's this one, right? It says IV. Oh wait, but it says max. Oh, interesting. So your recipe here is locked behind EV because you're using an EV hatch, right? So we can't cheat our way to our IV setup, but it will run at IV to make sure that the machine actually runs fast enough, which is very nice. I don't actually care about that, right? That's phenomenal. All of these should be running the things now. Yeah, all of these should be running at IV. Yeah, which is pretty nice. Some of them I had to put double hatches. I'm pretty sure I put 2 EV hatches for some of these. Yeah, like see this one, it wasn't giving IV power before, but just because I did the update right now, I just did it like right now. Like I literally just logged on, and you can see my game is lagging a bit. I think it needs to like get a bit adjusted to the whole setup here. But yeah. Oh, how much oil do I have? 24,000. That's pretty good considering how much oil we have already produced. That thing has 4,000 buckets, and we are not consuming anywhere close to the oil that we are using for all of that. I might as well put another diamond upgrade because we are using up way less oil than we are producing. So might as well put it at the max. Very cool. Right. So pyrolyze oven, we get charcoal byproducts. We're putting the charcoal byproducts through here. I'm using export bus. Everywhere I'm using green network. That's my main network, right? That's my main A2 system. The red ones are subnets. If you can see here, they're connected by quartz fiber. So this thing is actually not connected to any ME controller. This thing does not have any data running through it. It has only energy being supplied through my main network. So it can only have 8 channels on the subnet, which is not horrible, right? But that does mean that we are limited by at least only 7 inputs or 7 outputs and 1 input, and vice versa. We're only limited to 8 IO. That's a much better way to explain that. Yeah. I don't know what's going on in my head today, because I think it's because I've been sleep deprived, honestly, a bit. I had my finals coming up. It is finals week right now in my university. I have a final. I had one final today, and I just did it, and I have one tomorrow, and I have not finished studying, and I'm playing Minecraft. Yeah. We're gonna ignore whatever I just said, and we're gonna continue playing, because we need to do oil distillation. We need to do GregTech. It's fun. I can't tell you how fun this is, guys. Like honestly, like this might seem tedious. You might be like, Autri, why are you doing all this? What is this? What is the point of playing a game like this? What is the point of playing a video game like this, right? Like, how do you find fun in doing all of this, right? How do you find in setting up styrene butadiene rubber with raw styrene butadiene, which you get from butadiene, and styrene, which you get from benzene and ethylene, and benzene, which we're getting from the distillation towers? Yeah, how do you find this fun? You know, how do you find this fun? I don't know. But it is very fun. It is so satisfying. I can't tell you how satisfying this is. But yeah. These things can store 664,000 buckets, which is pretty nice. I don't think we're filling up any of these any time soon, which is pretty nice. But if we reach above 100,000-ish, I might start putting void upgrades on these to make sure we're not overflowing our fluid system. Because I'm using our main fluid storage cells for byproducts. Do you hear that? My cat is snoring. He's snoring so loud. My goodness. He snores so loudly. It's actually really scary. Uh, he's a grown man. Okay, so as you can see, I have been crafting up some elite machines. I have been going through some of IV. I haven't done much of IV. I did go through advanced assembler. I really thought I was gonna get HPIC and I was gonna get the IV energy hatch. Wait, if I put the 4 amps in the thing, does that run at, so this is running at EV, right? IV, right? IV. So um we're using one EV hatch. What if I use the 4 amp hatch on both sides? What happens? 4 amp energy hatch? I only have one. That is really energy hatch. Let me replace some of the other EV ones that I had. Hello, game, please. Because the EBF is more important than anything else, right? I really want to see if I put 2 of the EV 4 amps, do I get up to LUV? I really want to try. I feel like it might not work. I have a feeling that it might not. But, you know, what's the harm in trying? Let's just put a regular energy hatch up here. Let's do this. Let's get... oh! There we go. We're getting energy. Do you have energy? You should have energy. You are working at IV. We have 2 circuits. Cool. Okay. Let us steal a bit more of some of the 4 amp energy hatches. We are not using 4 amp energy hatch here. This is running at IV. Interesting. Interesting for sure. Hello, game. This is so annoying, dude. I can't tell you how annoying this is. I was using some of them, like 2 of them, 2 4 amps or something like that on some of these machines. Or maybe I was just running them at EV with the multiple hatch. That, do I really not have any other free ones? Oh, we could also upgrade the 2 we have in our inventory. I totally forgot we could do that. EV energy hatch 4 amps. EV 4 amp energy hatch. It'll just use up the ones we have. It just needs titanium and some stuff. That is not bad. It's just a little bit of extra titanium, but you save so much more titanium by not having to use one more. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not using 2 of them on the same machine, you actually save so much titanium. But yeah, I want to try seeing how this works. So let's try putting it on the center one. Oh my goodness, dude. This is this is like some next level nonsense right here. Is the hatch here? Yeah. Cool. Game, please. Game, please. Game, please. Okay. You go up. You get energy. Cool. And then the last one over here. You get energy. Cool. So we have 2 4 amp EV 4 amps. Still IV. Not LUV, unfortunately. There is also a 16 amp EV, right? Hatch. This thing. EV energy hatch, EV dynamo hatch. Energy output, interesting. But you do need the insane voltage transformer. Do you need HPIC for this? Hello, game, please. Tungsten steel, tungsten wire, 4 amp. Do you need HPIC? You do need HPIC. So that's not really worth it, right? Because you are using two HPIC chips that you could have used for making the IV hatch itself. So I feel like the 16 amps are not worth it. It's kind of on purpose, isn't it? 64 amp? Oh, it's for the substation, not actual hatch. Uh, you thought, Autri, you really thought. Hello, game, please. Why is this? Okay, there we go. IV hatch. This thing. Oh, two HPIC chips for one IV energy hatch. Interesting, right? And then I'm using two of them for making I'm using two of them for one, right? But here I'm using four. Does that make sense? Yeah. Cool. So yeah, the 4 amp transformers don't really do anything for EBFs, unfortunately, but they do supply a single block of. They do supply higher tier overclocking with a single energy hatch, which is nice. Oh, this does mean that we don't need extra hatch here anymore, right? We can supply both of these with like the same block, which is interesting for sure. So if we just use heat proof heat proof in-war machine casing, it should form the multi-block, and it should still run at IV because we have a single hatch. Oh, but the recipe here is at EV, right? So that means that there is no point in using that stuff. This stuff, the higher amperage energy hatches for the EBF. Just use regular hatches. Cool. Well, I've learned my lesson. It's fine. This was an experiment. This was a learning experiment. I have learned my lesson. I have learned what it means. Cool. Okay, so let's set up some IV setup. So I made the elite mixer here, and I'm not actually using for crafting recipes. I'll get another one for crafting recipes. This thing is already pretty fast, right? This thing is plenty fast. I have had a requester over here. I'll show you. If we check Aqua Regia, I'm requesting 10,000 buckets. Yeah, that's a lot. 10,000 buckets. And also polyethylene. What is it called? What is this? Polyethylene? Yeah, polyethylene pulps for the inert nether stars. So inert nether stars can be mixed with Aqua Regia to give you 2 buckets of inert nether star essence, and this 2 buckets can be converted into 16 144, right? 2304 divided by 144, that's 16. So one of these will give us 16 of these. Much better ratio than mechanism, which is 1 to 1, right? You get 1 skull, you get 16 of these, and then you get 1 for each. But with both, when you're doing both mechanism and GregTech, you get 16 times 16, which means that if you have the infrastructure for this, this is a crazy good nether star farm. Honestly, I'm not sure if I actually need it. I'll be very honest, because I have put so many models in there, and this thing has been running so fast that I'm not sure we actually need it or not. But let's see if we can make 10. We can make 10, 810. So we can make 3 more, 4 more. Sorry, 3 more, right? Cool. So we have 106, 108, 109, which is still only enough for 3 stars. Oh, what? No, that's enough for 6 stars, right? 90 plus 15 is 100 and what? 105, right? I don't trust my math anymore, guys. Something is wrong with my brain these days. But yeah, that's enough for 7 stars, and we need 18, so we need 11 more. So we could just let it be and wait. But honestly, we need the star. We need the ATM stars really quick. Also, antimatter. 62 pellets. Also, another thing. 11,000 in this. So that's around 11 in there. 11 antimatter. I was trying to use it for making the inert nethers, the actual nether stars. Oh, yeah, I do have a lot in this. But then I realized, I was like, do I really want to do this? Because, well, I don't have that much wither skeleton skulls, and I don't want to set up the ethylene production up again. That stuff. I don't want to do it again. So we'll leave it at that. And, well, let's leave it at that. Cool. So this needs Aqua Regia and a Nether Star Essence. Inert Nether Stars. I wonder, I can probably just connect it up to my drawer system and ask A2 to do everything. That is probably a smart idea. Hello game, please. It would be a smart idea if my game wasn't this level of bad. Cool. Let's get tool. Cool. Lock you. And I'm going to controller configured to tool. And I'm going to add this. Interesting that you're not added. I guess it wasn't added on purpose. Doesn't really matter. I don't think any of those are drawers that we need actually. Okay. So that's done. We should be able to look up inert nether stars and they are in our system. Nice. Okay, let's do this. Let's actually do the automation. Interesting hole here. Let's fill that up. EV and IV, where are you? There are you. Cool. Yeah, as you can see, the advanced mixer recipes, it takes 10 seconds, which is not bad, which is not horrible. It can be faster. We can use this, but I feel like we need to prioritize getting the nether stars right now. I feel like this is going to be fast enough that we won't really have to be worried about. I'll show you the speed. I'll show you the speed. You'll be amazed. I'm telling you, you'll be amazed at the speed. Uh, you'll truly be amazed at the speed of this stuff. Okay, bookmarked everything. Let's set this up. I don't know if this can auto insert. One bucket of this and one of this. Do you just auto input? You don't. I wonder if I do a conveyor. MV conveyor, LV conveyor. 8 items per second. That is not that fast. I might need at least the HV one. I think. I might make 2 of these. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. But we can put this as a cover. Let's put it there, right? We can configure this. We can configure the conveyor module. We are doing import. Hello, game, please. Oh, that is a problem, right? Because that only means... Why doesn't the... No. Do I need to convert this into the... block form for it to just auto push inside? Because I feel like it should be able to just auto push, right? Um, Let me just shrink up. Shrink. Cool. Let me actually remove this temporarily. Okay. Okay. So, can I not just do this is the question. Does that just not work? ME smart cable. Give me cable, please. Cable, cable. Give me cable. There we go. We need to wait for it to actually do its thing. We don't really need this anymore. Let's put that back. So let's wait for this to turn on. Hello, game, please. Please turn on. Oh, did I just fall through? I just fell through. That's so funny. That's actually so funny. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So this thing needs the inert nether stars and the aqua regia, right? And it'll make inert nether star essence, the gas or fluid or whatever. What is this a gas? It's a fluid. Okay. Next up, we need the autoclave. We can run this at EV, so I'll run it at EV because IV machines are still pretty expensive for us. We are going to set up auto input output on the autoclave as well. You are online. You're not pushing stuff. Interesting. I really thought you would just push it inside this. Why does this not work? I really question. I feel like I'm doing allow fluids, allow item. That's so weird. Uh, you know what? Do I really want to do that? uh, that is such an ugly solution. I might have to. You know what I'm thinking? Oh my god. Dude! Please! Storage bus. Exporter. But then we... this is such a horrible solution. Why do you not work? I don't want to waste 2 channels on you. Like, that makes no sense. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get it. Like, you should just do what I tell you to do. I I don't like you. uh Man, the thing is, we can't really even put a pump and cover on the same side, right? We can't do cover. We can't do, sorry, conveyor. Oh, it's not there because it's still crafting. Do I already have a pump? I do not. MV electric pump, 6 liters per tick. Yeah, none of these are fast enough. Because this recipe is... how long is it? 0.3 seconds. You are online. Do you push? You do not. Very interesting. I'll just show you manually how this actually works. So, what is supposed to happen is this goes here, this comes here, and I put this here. Game, please. Hello? Why do you not work? Oh, you need 2 buckets. That's why, right? I just want to see if it's working. There you go. 0.3 seconds. Made 2 buckets of this stuff. Let's get a tank. Let's get whatever tank. Let's take this. Take it here. Right? Put it here. Put it here. Get polyethylene pulps. And we should get 16 nether stars. Yeah. So 6 ticks. 6 ticks per nether star. That's insane. You know what I'm gonna do? This is so annoying, dude. This is genuinely so annoying. I am going to be taking polyethylene pulps, putting them in stock here. Put 1 stack of polyethylene pulp. Put 2 buckets of this stuff in stock. And cool. And you, my guy, need to be taken out in entirety. And you need another interface. And you also go here. You need to stock inert nether stars. Let's just put you to the max. And aqua regia, 2 buckets. Cool. So, you should work, right? You should pull out at least. And now I'm going to do the input. This already is set to auto output on the bottom. That's what I'm saying. Like it's gonna output on the bottom, but I just need to set up the input to drag this into this, right? I want to check. Can I do pump? It's annoying. I'm kind of forced to do HV pumps, right? MV pumps will not work. I am pretty sure. I mean, it might. It might. MV conveyor. What are we waiting for? The thing. Hello, game, please. EV hatch. Why is this taking so long? Oh, this is not taking long. What are you waiting for? You're still waiting for rubber sheets. You're not really waiting for anything else. Okay. Oh, you're waiting on extruders. Are you? I think you are. Oh. Where's HV? Are my extruders slow? Oh, these are all circuit. These are all advanced level 2. These are all HV. I think my plate stuff is in MV. Oh, interesting. Why is this like this? Hello, game, please. Auto input. Allow. Cool. Why do you not work? Huh? Excuse me? Is that a bug? Interesting. Oh. Okay. Cool. Okay, 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 okay. Storage bus and export bus, right? I'm gonna use my red ME cables because this is a subnet, and I'm gonna use quartz fiber. Cool, right? Yeah, let's do this. Uh, do I do it from the front? Would that look nice is the question. I don't think so, right? But do I have enough space to expand it, if I don't? Is the question. Platinum cable. I have space to expand, and do I have aluminum? Nice. Okay, let's put it at the end so we don't have to worry about like not having space for other machines, right? And platinum for you, my guy. And there we go. I'm gonna take you. Let's take a config card. Cool. So I'm gonna take you, put you here, and that should work. Cool. Nice. Okay, now I have something to work with at least. Cool. Let's dig a hole here. Let's dig a hole here. Same thing here. I have some hope, guys. Now finally, I'm feeling it. I was feeling I don't. I need to fix the energy thing. That's a really serious issue that can cause a lot of issues. I don't know if it's a recent thing because I did upgrade the pack, but that I feel like that should not be a thing, like by default, unless you set it up that way. Like that is just the most annoying thing that you could ever have. Like there's so many machines that like interesting. Even though it's a wrench, it doesn't count as a GregTech wrench that can break it. That is surely interesting. Um, let's do this. Auto. Cool. Now we need facades. Cool. Let's put up quartz fibers. I'm going to facade this, and I'm going to facade this. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we should be easily be able to set up um, the subnets through these. Cool. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Come here. Come to Papa. Okay, let's do this. Cool. That is configured. I don't think circuit recipe matters. I'm gonna put you back in. Cool. All right, you should receive power already. You need a storage bus and you need an export bus. I'm going to put a storage bus here and I'm going to put an export bus here. Same thing here. Storage bus here, export bus here. Red cable, red cable. You are going to export. We could do fuzzy card. Oh, you don't have an inverter card. Those things are only for what you may call it. Those things are only for I can't even think. Those things are only for the things. Okay. We need speed upgrades. Is this slow? No, that's not the slowing part. We need. Is it here? It is here. You go there, and you go there. Cool. do you not work? Is the question. Oh, I didn't even configure it. I'm an idiot. Okay. Hello, game, please. I think it started the recipe. That's why it's lagging. Okay. And I have speed upgrades. It's working. 12 ticks. You got the inert nether star essence. And you should start working. Because you get the essence. Okay. Nice, dude. Nice. Nice. We should get... Hopefully we don't get an excess of inert nether star essence. I might slow that down. I think we are getting an excess of nether star essence. We'll have to maybe do a bucket at a time, or maybe do 0.5 at a time. So like it kind of slows it down, right? So we just put it at the 4th of the speed. So this should catch up. Because it's a 6-tick recipe. No, but it's 6-tick for 1. And that's 12 for... Yeah. The slow part is that. So I'm just going to set this to 0.125. So it's really slow. Right? Yeah, it's gonna slowly fill it up. And hopefully this will catch up. Yeah. I think. 8 buckets. 7 buckets. As long as it like stays around there and we don't get too much excess of this stuff, we should be fine. But yeah, we are getting nether stars at an insane rate. Now we're getting what is it? Every 6 ticks? 1 every 6 tick. Now that's just insane. But we will run out of polyethylene soon. That's the problem, right? That is the problem. We are using so much polyethylene. We'll run out of it in no time. Look at the rate we're consuming polyethylene. We only have 10 buckets of liquid polyethylene. And each of these is like 144. This is like, what, 10 buckets? So the 10.14. Oh, it's exactly 10,136 divided by 144, right? So what is it? 10 by... I don't know. I can't do math. I have lost my math doing abilities, guys. I have honestly lost it. I have truly lost it. I can't do math anymore. I can't do anything anymore. Dude, this is so annoying. Okay. Game, please. I can literally hear the mixer in the background, and the game is like, no, you don't get to play. You don't get to play, my guy. Okay. Cool. Right. So, this is why we set up distillation. For this. Eventually we'll get more IV recipes. Eventually we'll start actually working towards the progression towards EV. We need to start processing some metals. We'll actually do some of this metal stuff. We need another chemical reactor. I was thinking of putting it in the hole there. Because we do need one for some of these chemicals. So we'll set that up. We'll get the epoxy printed circuit board. Next episode, we'll also do all this and get it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.